Hello! Hello, we're back. A little less of a time skip this time. We just got our new recruits, Griffin, Habbo, and Headbutt, trained up and equipped up thanks to Rex here, and we bought them some serviceable weapons, a mercenary's longsword for Griffin, and bandit cleavers for Habbo and Headbutt. But their skills are decent enough now that I feel comfortable taking them out on their first field expedition. Alright, we brought plenty of food and medical supplies with us, so we're going to close up base, the HQ here, because we ain't going to be home for a while. We're going out arranging. We're going out to see the world, get these boys some real combat experience under their belts, and probably make some money, because we're down to under 10,000 cats again after equipping these guys. So it would probably be good for us to try and make some money. Maybe just a little bit of money. We're going to range out probably a little further than we've gone before. Maybe go out towards like Skinner's Rome. I'm sure there's some bounties out there we could possibly get. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I hadn't really thought. Like, do we want to try and take down the Dust King first, or do we want to get these guys some combat experience first? I think we'll lean towards ranging out and getting them a little bit of field experience first thing. So we will go past the Dust King Tower and maybe fight a few small groups of Dust Bandits if we find them, but the Dust King gets to enjoy his freedom for another short while at the very least. He's on the short list of Holy Nation enemies that need to be taken out by our Holy Crusade. As one might see, we have named our faction finally the Okranite Crusade, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're eventually going to found our own fortress city from which we range out to strike at the enemies of Okran, of which there are many, of which there are so many, which means great opportunities to secure more loot and funding for our organization. Since, of course, nothing's free. Nothing's free in this world. We do it in service of Okran, but something's got to pay the bills, right? Food ain't free. Ain't nothing for free. Now, I'm always partial to using this spot on the map here as a base eventually. Would be a good launching off point. It's fairly centrally located in the map. It's nice and flat, there's plenty of resources, and there's fertility enough for us to grow arid crops like cactus and wheat aplenty to feed our men. But that's just one of several places I have the idea to maybe, just maybe set up a permanent home for our boys. And of course, then, you know, that'll involve recruiting people to be workers for the base, maybe recruiting people to be just guards for the base, so that our ranging group can concentrate on going outside the walls and doing their dirty work. But these are all just considerations for the future. Before that, we need to, you know, have a larger roster of skilled characters, as well as more resources. I always like to have quite the stock of resources built up before I even considering settling down in a base. And of course that's going to take that's going to take a combination of money to buy the things that we need and, you know, loot from rightfully requisitioned from the enemies of Okran. Shall we say. And speaking of the enemies of Okran, there's a camp here, so what we'll do, park everybody. Athelstan is is the stealthiest of them all, so he'll sneak up and see what we're dealing with. Dust Bandits. Of course. Seems like a lot of regular Dust Bandits, couple Dust Bosses. This one has a bounty. Though it's not very much. 1,000 cats. This one also has... Oh, we got a couple of them with bounties over here. Might be worth carting... Ooh, this guy's got a big bounty. Alright, definitely might be worth carting some of these guys home. So what we might try and do is just purloin the ones that have bounties on them via a little bonking. We'll just snatch his cash and his armor while he's knocked out here. And his weapon, even though that one's not particularly valuable. And of course, steal the individual. Now we'll hand him off to one of our boys. Who could most use the strength XP? Probably Headbutt. He's got the lowest strength. We'll have him pick this guy up, and then now Athelstan will go back for another one with a bounty. Asymmetric warfare in the name of Okran. We're willing to twist the rules a little more than the rest of our Holy Nation brethren, shall we say? Alright, none of those guys have bounties. Okay, this guy has the biggest bounty at 1276 out of these guys. So we'll just go ahead and do the same treatment to him. Run up, knock him out. Take all of his gear that's worth, you know, more than a few pennies. And of course, steal the man. Now we've been spotted. But they're not willing to give chase. Well then. What's going to be the closest settlement? Probably Bad Teeth. Yep. We'll just head north. And then west to Bad Teeth. Turn in these bounties. And continue our mission. We're not satisfied with only these small gains. We'll probably come back and just wipe the rest of that camp out. Since, after all, I did say I wanted to get the boys some more combat experience out in the field, Rex, Griffin, Habbo, and Headbutt could all use a little more field experience. Rex is our, he's our top guy other than Athelstan, but his combat stats are still a little bit lower. He could use a little more trigger time, as they say. So we'll just take the road around. Is that a dang old Tornado? Dang old Dust Devil? What the hell was that? Either way, it looked pretty crazy. Alright, back to Okran's Pride. Yeah, where do we turn guys in here? The HQ, I'm guessing? Beep beep. There we go. Anybody for us to talk to in here to turn these guys in? And what about up on the roof? Nope, apparently not. Alright. If we have to go all the way back to stack to turn these guys in, then I am definitely just going to slaughter the rest of them. Then it ain't worth making the return trips constantly. Looks like we're striking out here. That's fine, we can make a quick return trip to... Actually, Blister Hill would probably be closer from here. So we'll run to the capital real quick, turn these fine Dust Bandit gentlemen in, and then we'll go back to handle their friends. Yeah, I know there's still a few more with bounties in there, but bounties this small ain't worth making the return trip again and again. We'll probably actually just turn these guys in for extra relations. We're gonna make money off of selling the gear they had anyways. So no worries there. A few extra points in relation with our benefactors. Could not hurt. Alright, just a hop, skip, and a jump through the valley and through Okran's Pride, and here we are. Alright. We'll take the relations for that one. That was the one with the lower bounty. Now Headbutt will turn in his guy. And we'll take the money for him. We gotta cover our expenses after all. Now, let's jump back across. We'll take the northernmost route around, back towards Skinner's Rome. And see what awaits us further exploring that region. It's been long enough that I don't remember exactly where everything is in this game. Yeah, between the last playthrough, the Cannibal Hunters one we did, and a while back, that was months back actually, and now I don't remember exactly where every single thing is, and we've added and removed a few mods since then, so not everything is quite exactly the same. Let's make sure we update our map so that shows up as green. Excellent. There is a Narco's trap, some holy mines. We're gonna head towards that quote-unquote menacing tower. See what awaits us. Hopefully someone with a significant bounty on their head. We shall see. Now there's already some combat going on. Well, well, well. Some Dust Bandit interlopers. So be it. You chose your path. I'm gonna take everybody off of hold. It's not really necessary. We don't need to maintain a formation for this. I actually kind of want them to, you know, chase down our enemies this time. Of course, Athelstan, who is a seasoned vet at this point, is just manhandling them. Rex is having a little more trouble. Now, they are quite numerous here. Appears the only one that's taken a decent wound is Griffin. Ah, there was a camp here. No wonder we got jumped. But I would say the boys have performed quite admirably, considering that for Griffin, Headbutt, and Habbo, this is their first combat outing with us. Alright, everybody medic each other. And let's start looting. Ah, come on. Got caught stealing. How is he going to stop me? How is he gonna stop me? Alright. Move on to the next victim. Alright. One had a few decently valuable items. Oh, we got a crawler. Just perish already. I'll take that money, though. We'll take that cash. And anything that's worth more than about 100 cats. Man's gotta eat. As the saying goes, something like that. Man's gotta eat. Alright. Oh, some triangle bandits showed up to party, huh? Yeah, they're not gonna be much of a match either. Oh, this is just more loot. Oh, you got back up? Bad idea. Bad idea to try and get back up while we're still looting you. Alright, everybody medic up. And since Athelstan still has a little bit of room in here, we'll grab a couple of the triangle bandit weapons. These tend to be worth a decent little bit of coin. That's his backpack pretty much full up, so Rex, it's your turn. Start looting. Start looting, buddy. Maybe grab just a handful more med kits from ones that are decent. Oh, definitely take that. Oh, you decided you wanted more. Poor decision. Extremely poor decision. Oh, let's make sure. Yep. Just in case, I wanted to make sure that none of these were higher grade. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Alright. So much loot. So much money. Really? Hungry boys? Really hungry boys? Finisher. Alright, Rex, where were we? Ah, yes. Looting. And when even more loot presents itself. Ooh, you've got better loot. Let's rearrange that. Alright, everybody. Double check to make sure everybody's mediced up. What do we have here? Yo, this guy's got a fat bounty on him, alright. He got knocked out by something. And we will swoop in and take it. And a very nice katana. How generous of him. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. There we go. Griffin, come up here and you'll take his armor. All of his arrows. And that splint kit, I guess. And we will go ahead and pick him up. And he does have a Holy Nation bounty of 30,000 cats. So back to Blister Hill we go. That is worth going back, as well as the massive amount of gear we're hauling around here. Dang old Dust Devil again. Oh, it's looking a little funky. I don't know if that's a bug. Probably is. Yeah, I don't think that normally looks like that. I don't think that's normal. Alright, let's speed up for the return trip to Blister Hill. This guy we grabbed is a cannibal, actually. Which, it'd be good to turn him in. We'll take the money. We'll take the money this time. We'll turn low value bounties in for relation and higher value bounties in for money. Brain power. Alright, somebody's got to fund this organization. Okran ain't giving us cats out of the ether. It's not like the Phoenix is funding us personally. Alright, here over the horizon comes Blister Hill. Ain't it a beaut? And all the boys got some combat experience now. Not much, but a little. Fighting Dust Bandits and Starvers. Alright, Athelstan. Let's go ahead and turn in your bounty. 30,000 cats. $30,000 cats. And most of us don't look too worse for wear. Griffin took a decent stomach wound, but nothing crazy. I'd like to take a look at the weapon shop before they close with our newfound money. Let's see what they got. Well, first off, let's sell off a lot of this stuff. I don't really intend on using crossbows much, so I have no problem just selling off that old world bow. We might use ranged weapons in some capacity at a later date, but not at the moment. Let's be sure to sell off the stuff the other guys are carrying as well. Let's move this so we can see how much money we're taking up. And the stuff that Griffin has as well. Alrighty. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. It's like nothing that's really gonna be much of our interest as far as weapons. Caton number 3 Mercenaries Longsword. What's your quality? It's Caton number 3, alright, yeah. Maybe a better, slightly better polearm for Rex here. 8513. Oh yeah, that's, it does have a damage malice to robots, so I'm not crazy about that. Kate number 3 versus Kate number 2, that's a straight upgrade. So yes, we will take that for Rex. He will continue using a heavy polearm, but this one's just a straight 1 level upgrade. And I'm going to look through his blueprints real quick and see if there's anything I want, but I will cut this part out. Alrighty, we did buy a few blueprints here. We're going to go ahead and learn them. These will be weapons we can manufacture later, so polearms, cleavers, hold sabers, combat cleavers, cavalry swords, long cleavers, sabers, spatha, the plank, holy cleaver, long swords, bardish, heavy cross, naganatas, and paladin's cross. That spent a decent amount of the money we made, well, most of it, but acquiring a lot of blueprints is going to be a continual money sink for quite a while. Now there is another place I'd like to take a look at in Skinner's Room, so we're gonna head right back out there. I'm not gonna waste any time. No, our boys are not fully recovered from their wounds. Most of them are. Griffin he took the worst hit. He took one right to the stomach that took him down into the low 60s, so it'll take a minute to recover. But hey, that's just more toughness XP. And he is up to 52 toughness. Rex is up to 51 toughness. The other guys are only in the 40s for toughness, but they'll quickly start catching up once they, get bashed on over and over again. I'd like to check out some more of these ruins here to make sure there's no one lurking in them. In the middle of the night is a great time to check. I have a feeling we might have another bounty on our hands here. There's that tower. The place we're looking for is be up here. Is there a way up? That's what we're looking for. There is, it appears, behind that ruined mine. But the dust is blocking our vision. Alright, here we are. Let's have Athelstan the Stealthy handle this. We only have a 25% chance to knock this guy out. He has excellent stats. The Slave King. He's only wanted by the United Cities. We are going to leave him well enough alone for now. He's not wanted as an enemy of the state, and he's also really, really tough. We will leave that well enough alone. But I know of someone who I want to, if not eliminate now, I want to hassle the hell out of them. And that's the Black Dragon Ninjas. Criminals and thorns in the side of the Holy Nation. So we are going to go pay them a visit. We're going to teach them the meaning of the bonkening. And maybe even take some high-value prisoners. We shall see, we shall see. I kind of like the idea of our crusade being slightly clandestine in nature, willing to stretch the rules of how the Holy Nation operates, in order to get the difficult jobs done. Beautiful. Dust Bandits stand no chance against us. More loot for the crusade. More loot for the crusade, boys. Nope. I just want Athelstan. You guys can handle that. He can go start looting. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. You do not have much of a choice in me taking your stuff. To be quite frank. Stop running over there and try and help your buddies. They're fine. Oh, if nothing else, this levels up his thieving skill. Which makes this easier in the future. There we go. Alright. Where were we? Oh yes, looting. Looting all these dust boys. The ones that were frankly foolish enough to decide to fight us. Whole pile of them. Yeah. Moving on. Next victim. Next victim for your things to be purloined by the Okranite crusade. Oh no, you think you're crawling away from this, you're wrong, brother. Dead wrong, brother. Alright, that's enough loot for him. Rex, your turn to loot. Oh, good little chunks of change on the boss there. How about this guy? Oh, it's one we already stripped. Alright, excellent. Everybody medic up. Wound checks. Yeah, everybody's looking great. Everybody's looking great. So, time to cross over to the other side of this hill range. Oh ho! So you're approaching me. That's a mistake. Get 'em, boys. A fatal mistake. See if they've got anything decent on them. Oh wow, whole 8 cats. I can retire from this life of violence. Alright. That guy really get up and chase us all the way over here? Try and get his revenge? You fool. You absolute buffoon. Alright, time to pay the Black Dragon Ninjas a little visit. Up the hill we go. Up and around. Quite a climb, but this means our boys will get plenty of athletics XP from this expedition. Alright. Let's hide the majority of our force down here in the Defilade and let Athelstan do his thing. You don't see me. You don't see me. That's a high value target right there. And so is this guy. Let's see if we can go straight for the high value target. We can. We can yoink his ninja blade. And we're gonna yoink him. And we'll go back over here and hand him off. Headbutt, you look like you could use some more strength training, buddy. You look like you could use the strength XP, buddy. Pick him up. There we go. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Oh, they're not too happy with me. Let's let Athelstan soften them up a bit before we call in the reinforcements. Let's try and stay under the crossbows, please. There we go. Beautiful. You love to see it. Love to see a plan come together. And boy, are these weapons worth a pretty penny. But we're going to need to bring in our reinforcements to clean them up. Oh, they're already doing it. Sorry, sneeze pause. Well, gentlemen, you've exceeded expectations as per usual. But I'm going to pull everyone out of the building. Medic up. And Rex, you still have plenty of inventory room, so you're next on the looting train still. Pick up all them ninja swords and all their cash. These are all worth a few hundred apiece. Alright, start looting the inside as well. Oh, somebody woke up. I'll just loot this one on the way, bud. And we need to parse out who's the higher value targets in here as well that have bounties on their heads. But most all of them are carrying some cash and ninja swords worth a few bucks. Hey! And here's the other one that's got a bounty on his head. So how about we go ahead and pick him up. And then Athelstan is going to do a little first aid on him to make sure he makes it back to civilization to answer for his crimes. Anybody else taking a grievous wound? Appears not. Griffin, what are you doing, buddy? There we go. We want to get organized here. Rex, let's make sure we didn't miss anybody on the loot train here. See, there we go. That's money we could have easily left behind. Oop. We don't want to be just leaving free money behind. No siree. Oh, hello, 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 ancient science book. We'll be taking that. For safekeeping, of course. Such things could be viewed as heretical in the hands of less devout followers of Okran. But surely we are beyond such reproach. Alright, Athelstan, I need you to go back in there and just make sure, because you're the lock-picking guy. Let's make sure we didn't overlook anything. We'll take some Gohan. Some Gohan. We're gonna go ham on that Gohan. Alright, go ahead and pick that chest. And what do we have? Not weapons that we're going to use, but weapons that we're going to sell. We've sure made a messer of that. And that staff, that is worth almost 6K by itself. Excellent. Excellent, gentlemen. Excellent. It's time for us to head back to greener pastures. This expedition has been a great success. Oh no, the Black Dragon ninjas are now hostile to me. Whatever shall I do with both of their leaders? I mean, I could just execute them. But, at this point, we could use the funds that come with turning in a couple high-value heretics like this. And so be it. We shall. We're gonna head straight back to Stack, actually. That being kind of our home base at this point. At least until we venture forth into the wilds and found our own fortress monastery or holy order fortress. For now, we are still based out of a shack and stack. Now, it's more than a shack, it's a decent house with crafting facilities and training facilities and even a few beds for our men to rest on. But quickly we are going to outgrow it as our operation expands. We are going to need more room and more autonomy to build whatever we need. Plus, we won't need to be so economical about things if we're producing enough things of our own to be able to just sell off the excess. 20,000 for the one. You just let him go? Well, I mean, he's still paid us. I think they don't have room in their jail, so they just let him go. Well, if we capture them again, we will put them to the sword, shall we say. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. But, let's real quick sell off our loot we got from that. I'll probably just go back and recapture those guys, honestly, in the in-between, just to make sure that the Black Dragon ninjas are not still loose out in the world. But that is quite funny. Alright, so let's start selling this stuff off to the general merchant. I don't really care about keeping the Me Too ninja sword because ninja swords suck. So we'll sell it. He's still got quite a bit of money left. We'll sell all that to him, and let's get into all the stuff that Rex is carrying as well. Excellent. We now have over 100,000 cats. Oh. Sell off those ninja rags, too. It's an extra 745 cats. That ain't nothing to shake your dick at. And a job well done, gentlemen. A job extremely well done. The members of our squad have all proved their worth at this point, and they will have more adventures soon, but we are quickly running out of time. So, thanks everybody for coming by. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.